What's going on, guys? Shane here from Rocket Powered Sound. You guys wanted me to make the Marshmello and Sudden Death Crusade Screech, so that's what we're gonna be making. I took a listen to the drop and most of the sounds were horns. I'm like, I'm not gonna put distortion on a horn and show you how to make that. That's not that difficult. But instead, I said, why not recreate this really grimy screech? And this is what it sounds like. Okay, and this is my recreation. It's not perfect, but this is it. Quick little heads up, the Legends Songwriting Suite discount is in fact expiring in just a few days, okay? We're increasing the price very, very soon. Click the link in the description down below to secure your copy right now. All right, guys, so first things first, we're gonna be using like every oscillator possible, so just go ahead and turn it on, because we want this thing to be thick, right? That's the goal. We want our sound to be thick and moist and just sexy. So what we're gonna be doing here, first things first, sub direct out. That way it's not affected by anything else and we get a nice clean sub just with the sign. Next thing is we could just turn this to alpha noise because we're on some alpha male shit on the noise always. Okay, so turn on that level down to 17%. Also, alpha noise sounds the best in my opinion. Next, we're gonna be going to Oscillator A and we're gonna turn this biatch to a metal, it's a MB triangle, I mean. Where are you? I don't even know. Yeah. This is what this sounds like, by the way, so you could hear. Now, the reason why we're doing this is because it just sounds sick, and this is an amazing waveform to run FM off of, okay? If you guys aren't running FM from these analog and digital stuff, or mostly analog, you should, because they're sick. I love them. And now we go to Oscillator B, and we're literally just going to go to a sine waveform, okay? Turn that on again if you haven't, and then put this up too. Now you're probably wondering, Shane, you turned down the level. Why does that matter? Well, you guessed it. Whoops. We're doing frequency modulation. Biatch. Turn that FM all the way up. Yeah, surprise, surprise, it's frequency modulation. Like, seriously, we're making a dubstep sound. Of course we're doing frequency modulation. I don't think anyone doesn't use FM these days. So yeah, we could just leave it. Like, listen to the original. It sounds like it's on the right direction of the harmonics. And the next thing, because the original sound is like really high pitched, so the amazing thing to do then is just put on sync. Right? Just take a listen. Okay. We can turn it up a little bit. Okay, and we are now on the right note. So you guys can see how this is really coming together. We could go to, we're just leave it on the low pass actually. And we're gonna turn this on for every oscillator. We only need to do it through B because no sound's actually being outputted through B. Now we're gonna turn it up. So it's cutting out, it's just like an EQ, just cutting out a little bit of that high end. Turn out the resonance, by the way. Another thing too, we wanna turn up the voices, okay? And we're gonna turn up the detuning as well. And turn on that blend. And so the reason why we're doing this, if we listen to the original sound, it's not just linear. It doesn't just go meh, it goes meh, right? And the way that we are replicating this is just through increasing the amount of voices. So they're all just bouncing off of each other going, right? And it sounds dope. Perfect. So the next thing that we're gonna be doing here, folks, is we jump right into the effects section. We're gonna go filter, another low pass. I know, you're like, what are you doing, Shane? What is wrong with you? We'll turn this down a little bit. We just wanna cut out more of that end. We want a little bit steeper of a curve. And you're like, why? And the reason, quite frankly, is because when we turn on the multiband, it's so good. It creates this cool effect where it notices the high pass, or I mean the high end of the sound needs to be boosted, and it boosts it, and it really just compresses it and just makes it sound fucking fat. So that's what we're doing. See? Very big difference. And now we got to turn on the distortion, of course. That sound is distorted. And Now, if you guys listen again to the original sound, it sounds grimy, like there's some kind of like movement that's going super, super fast in the background. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our LFO, we're gonna put that onto the drive and then just turn it up. And instead of doing that, we're just gonna go into the rate, turn off BPM sync, okay? And now we're working at hertz. We could just turn this up. And turn down the drive now. And just like that, we created that grimy effect. Pretty damn cool, right? We just added some movement. Okay, so we got this, boom, boom. The next part is we're just gonna go into the EQ and we're just gonna cut out the high end here because it's a little bit weird. So just take the Q factor, turn it down a little bit, and then we could boost the high end a little bit too. And next, we can go into the hyper and dimension. Literally just go 0 on the hyper because we are already having this kind of create that nice little voices bouncing off of each other effect. So we're gonna leave that down and then go to the dimension, turn that down, the size down to 0 or 1, I'm sorry, not 0, like 1 or 2. We don't want it too high, and then just turn this up so we get some nice thickness. Let's see. So you're wondering, well, Shane, it doesn't sound like you did before. And basically what I did before, guys, is I turned the sync down so it was like this, okay? I think this is actually the way it went. I just messed around with this tutorial. I wanted to see if it sounded a little bit different. So if you guys are watching this tutorial right now, turn it to like 4. Or like 3.94, so it sounds a little grimy in between there. And something like that. So this one sounds a little bit off tune. The final part, by the way, guys, is we just want to turn off the OTT. Now, dude, Sudden Death and Marshmello did an amazing job on the Screech. It's really, really good. And I tried my best to just make it in Serum alone. There's definitely some external effects that make it sound the way it does, but that's what I do. I'm the reverse engineering king in just Serum. So that's what we have here. I hope that you guys really, really, really liked this video and you learned a bunch. If you did, go ahead and click that subscribe button, okay? More than anything, click the subscribe button because if you're not already subscribed, you're missing out on this fucking fire content every single week. Seriously. And more than that, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like so more producers just like you can learn from this stuff that you're not taught in school. Anyway, Shane from Rocket Powered Sound. Bless you all. I'll catch you guys very soon.